Hi everyone. Guys, look at my new little microphone. Yes, I invested this Black Friday. Um so yeah, let's just get into it. I have a topic that I wanted to talk about because I did see a TikTok video deep in the hours of last night when I probably should have been sleeping, and it was about making bad decisions. And I just have so much to say on this topic because I literally feel like I make them constantly, but also alongside that, I'm a super indecisive person, and that's something I'm trying to work on. But I did want to give credit to the TikTok user that I was inspired by, and it's at Liquid Sunshine 222. Yeah, so let's just get into it. I think I think I'll first talk about how indecision has literally been like something I've been dealing with my whole life. And I don't think this was as much of a problem when I was younger, basically because I was making irrational and chaotic decisions all throughout like high school. And I think I was just so taken aback by how many bad decisions I was making to the point where I was just like, I can't be trusted. You know what I mean? Um, and so once I got into college, I realized I just couldn't even make a decision as simple as like choosing what I was going to eat. And mind you, I was in relationships throughout high school and college. And to be honest, I was the kind of person where, I'd be like, you choose, no, you choose, you choose, because I literally could not trust my own decision making. Now, I've been single for the last almost 3 years. I don't know. That'll be a different video. But and so I've gotten into the mode, like I'm 25 years old. It's time I make my own decisions. But what has been revealed to me in the past couple years is that I literally have the biggest struggle just choosing things for myself. And this could be on a smaller scale, as like the decision being like, what food are you gonna have today? Or it could be a big fucking decision, and like it's maybe about a job or career and stuff, and those give me so much anxiety. Um but what this user on TikTok was saying was like, we need to get in the habit of making bad decisions. And at first I was just like, girl, where are we going with this? But what she was trying to say was like, there are so many moments in life where we're just kind of in a fork in the road, and our indecision or our fear of making bad, decisions will just have us frozen and stuck, and we'll act as if it was the bad decision making that puts us in a stuck place, but it's not the bad decision making. It's the indecision of it all. It's the staying stuck and not doing anything to change any of your circumstances that keeps you so frozen. And I think I've been in a frozen place for the last few years, um, which has been really hard because once you realize or confront the fact that you are kind of the sole reason for maybe what feels like a state of misery that you're in, it can be hard to like chew that. It can be hard to just understand that, it's all up to you. That was definitely something that I struggled with. And I'm still struggling with it, but I think self-awareness is the first step. And I think further on that note, I was getting in the habit where I would ask everyone around me like their opinions, if I had a hard decision to make, like what would they do, blah blah blah, and they'd always give me the same response, which is like, it's up to you. Like what I would do is not the decision that you would necessarily make. Like they can advise me all they want, but and that kind of response would frustrate me. It would literally anger me, and it irritates me because, like, number one, they're right, but number two, it takes the responsibility away of putting it on another person if it goes bad, or if it ends up being, I don't know, it results in failure, or for some reason, like the decision is a bad decision, whatever. And it takes the responsibility off of me and it puts it onto them. And I get to play victim, which is something that is so comfortable for me. Like, I just realized so much of my life, or at least like my adult life, adult, we'll say like teen to like young early 20s. I think I just fell in the habit of like being victim to life, and I'd rather be indecisive and kind of create this narrative that everything is happening to me and I'm just a victim throughout it all, when really I'm not doing anything to make any changes, and that's what's keeping me stuck in the same miserable patterns, which it's a hard pill to swallow, but on the other end of that is like complete freedom, because like even making these videos is a decision. Is it a bad decision? No, I don't know. I guess we'll find out, right? But it doesn't feel bad in the moment. But this was a decision I made on a random fucking Tuesday, and was like, I'm tired of not expressing myself. I'm tired of being silent and shy and so like internal and tortured that I'm recording videos and posting them on YouTube. Not for necessarily anyone to see, but for just to prove to myself that I can do it and it's not as cringe or as scary or terrifying as it was in my head. Um, so that's the most recent bad decision I've made, and it's because I've gotten to a point where I'm just like tired of being in this waiting room. I don't want to spend my whole life in a damn waiting room, waiting. And you know, the life of an actor can kind of feel like that sometimes, where you're just waiting on the call and you're waiting on somebody to see you and you're waiting and you're waiting. It's so frustrating and feels like a torture chamber for me personally, and I'm sure it does for a lot of other actors. Um, but I just think it's just time to embrace the bad decision making. It's time to just make a decision. It's time to acknowledge when there's a fork in the road and to listen to your intuition and just go for it. Because regardless of the decision that you end up making, at least there's going to be a change. You don't know whether it's going to be positive change, where it's a negative change. The whole thing is you are changing your life. Now, that's not to say that like you should just make bad decisions that you know are bad decisions just because, oh, I made a decision. No, it just means that you shouldn't be afraid to make a decision in fear that you'll fail. I feel like the most recent, besides this decision that I've had to make, was leaving my job that I was at for 2 years for another job that was paying me more. And I had so much anxiety about that decision because I was literally like, what the fuck am I going to do if it doesn't go the way I planned? I was scared of leaving my comfort. I loved my old job. I loved my coworkers. And I was finally changing this environment that I've been so used to for 2 years. And, you know, with all the change that I'm going through in my life now, with losing my dad, it's just like any kind of change that's going to disrupt my normal schedule or the way that I've been living my life for the last 2 years is going to be terrifying. I had so much anxiety. I had panic attacks, like, and it was not an easy decision to make. And I made it, and we're in it. I don't have a firm opinion yet on where this job has taken me, but we'll find out. I'm in the thick of it right now, but I'm proud of myself for finally making a decision and going down a new path. And who knows where it'll bring me, but I'm trying to embrace the moment right now. So, you know, send your thoughts and your prayers and your love, please, because I kind of need it right now. And yeah, and then another memorable decision that I remember making is literally choosing to leave my hometown for college and pursuing drama. Girl, honestly, what if I told you that was one of the easiest decisions I've ever made in my life? Mind you, that was probably like the most altering decision I've ever made, and that one was one that I've made since I was like, I knew it in my head since I was like 11 or 12 that I wanted to leave my hometown for college. But I didn't know what it was for yet. Like, I didn't know I wanted to study until high school, until probably my junior year. And I was just like, well, yeah, this is the only thing that is really that I can imagine myself doing with my life. So, and I made that decision, and it was the best decision I've ever made. And I would not change that decision. Like, even if you gave me a million chances to repeat that same moment, I would make the same decision. And that feels really good to say, you guys. Like, I don't know what was in me. Sometimes decisions can be easier to make because it feels too true to you to like neglect or to betray. So that's kind of just the little yap I had in mind. I don't know why I felt so drawn to it. Like I said, like these videos really are just my I guess online journal, you know. Um so yeah. I would love to hear your thoughts, and if you have any experiences with indecision and being stuck and have struggling to kind of take action in your life, I would love to hear those stories because I just find it so interesting to see where we're all at in life and at different ages. And yeah, thank you guys so much for listening. I'll see you.